Hey, Stephen here with Database Tycoon. Instead of covering a particular news story this week, I want to talk about a theme that I've been hearing a lot about, which is AI spend. So a lot of companies now are finding out that they're spending too much on AI. They've maybe already spent their whole budget for the year paying companies like Anthropic and OpenAI to run their queries. So what's happening here? Why is this so hard to budget for and all of a sudden so expensive? So a couple things. I mean, the first thing that's important to clarify is that when these companies bill for AI usage, they're pricing per token. And a token is just some quantity of characters in a string that gets sent to the agent. So if you're sending a lot of text, you're going to get a high bill, basically. So the reason that this didn't used to be so expensive is because early on with AI, a lot of people were having what you could call single-threaded conversations, where they were primarily having one chat with one chatbot, and the amount of text that could go back and forth was generally bounded by how quickly you could converse with the agent. But now things are changing, and a lot of software is supporting agentic workflows, which allow the software to sort of automatically trigger subagents as needed, which can create many processes of AI all running at the same time. So essentially what this means is that you are not really limited on how much text can flow back and forth in a reasonable amount of time. So you can send one question, and if it spins up 100 agents, you might, use your tokens 100 times as fast as you were previously. So what does that mean for us as consumers? Well, it means that we're going to have to keep a close eye on the pricing. The per token rate is important, but also just the general trends of how many tokens need to be sent in order to process common workloads. That's going to be an important metric to follow, because the product really of those two things will be our ultimate price at the end of the month. In my opinion, I think the time has come to start exploring local LLMs. Try LM Studio if you haven't already. It's really great for running LMs locally, and you can use things like OpenCode or even Xcode, apparently, to connect with those LLMs. So you don't have any usage fee. You just have to host it yourself on your own hardware, which comes with its own considerations. If your company is already starting to spend too much money on its LLM usage and you want to have a chat about how to reduce that usage, reach out to Database Tycoon. We're starting to explore agentic infrastructure as part of our offering, so definitely happy to discuss this with you and come up with some alternative options, especially leaning towards hosting locally.